veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, 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 la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, oh. 6 a.m. and I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, 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 la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, oh. Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, oh, and I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, 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 la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, oh. veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, oh, and I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, oh, I've been driving this train, years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la. 6 a.m. and I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, oh. veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, oh, and I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la. I've been driving this train, years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and
Yes, good people, big up to all of you. I appreciate you all finding the time to be with me once again on Chelsea Perspective. This particular afternoon, it is 12:03 Las Vegas time. I do hope you're all doing well, so thank you once again for finding the time to be with me. In terms of news, not so much is going on, but mainly what we'll do today is have a conversation um, with regards to our last home game against Barrow AFC. We beat them 5-0. Could have scored more. It wasn't even close. We'll talk about what we learned from that particular game. But before we move on, I'm gonna do as usual. I follow the tradition here. We keep it interactive. Um, it's not. Or how do I phrase it? It's not strictly about the panelists, but for those in the chat, everyone is important. Your opinion matters. You don't have to even super chat before um, we hear what you have to say. But more importantly, it has to be aligned. Okay, so keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes that do go along. When the first person here is Wycliffe Barrow. Mr. Wycliffe, nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. He's the side coach. I cannot wait for the weekend. I am sure the squad is beaming with confidence. The fans, a lot of the fans are. There are a few who are still doubting the managers, or just for the sake of it. Maybe that's what drove their brand, what grew their brand to the level they are right now. So without being negative, they're not gonna continue growing, or maybe they will lose some subscribers. But big up to you in the mind for well, nice to see you. I appreciate you. I think we beat Brighton, has no coach. Again, you cannot script this game. You cannot script this game. It's easy to say we beat them, but on that day, the game is played over 90 minutes was added time. We'll see what happens. So we will go news hunting. We will go news hunting, and that's because there aren't so much happening out there. So we'll go news hunting and Twitter feed of my bro Vince. If anything, if there's anything worth addressing there, we will talk about them. But more importantly, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes that do go a long way. We are 14 minutes into the show. We have just 5 likes. We should be doing a lot better than that. Let's see if we can get it to 100 likes. Sincerely do appreciate you all. And the man, nice to see you. Wycliffe Barrow, nice to see you too. I do hope you're doing well. So thank you so much for finding the time to be with us. And pardon me, I have to take a sip of my coffee because yeah, it's been a long night. It was a long, long night for me for reasons I don't want to talk about here. And once again, I have to remind you, I make good coffee. Without wasting much of your time, we'll start addressing the items we have lined up. Nothing new about our potential new front of shirt sponsor. I'm quite sure it's something you've heard about already. No updates. That's it is still where what we already addressed here with this particular report, quoting Sky Sports News reads: "A breaking news of Chelsea in talks with Qatar Airways as the front of shirt sponsor." That's the news was via Sky Sports News. Some good news. We were never in a hurry for one. I think if we were that desperate, I think by now we'd have a front of shirt sponsor, but we don't. Just remember last season, for instance, we had an offer from Allianz, but not good enough, and people were complaining, and people didn't believe that the owners didn't accept that, but they knew exactly what they were doing. But yeah, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. We are how many minutes? 16 minutes into the show. We have just a total of 14 people watching, only 2 of those on YouTube, the rest on X. I appreciate you all. So we move on from this one, nothing new there. And this talks about top under 23 holding midfielders according to is that pronounced CS? I'm not sure. CS football. Moses Casado is number one, 86.7 over 100, followed by Eduardo Camavinga, the French international, with 83.1 over 100, followed by Warren Zaire Emery, 81.6, and Kobe Minor of Manchester United, 80.2. Ryan Gravenbach, the Dutch international of Liverpool, 79.0. So Moses Casado, wow, he's been brilliant, especially in the last few games he played for us. And that is just the beginning, I believe. He will get there. But keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Give me 1 second here. I want to take care of something quickly. We don't have again a lot. We don't have a lot to address. Give me 1 second. What happened there? We don't have a lot in terms of news to address. But if we're done, we'll get once we're through, we can go news hunting on Twitter feed of my bro and friend in Vince. Let's see what else do we have. Give me 1 second here. Customization. Okay, let's just go anyone. Let's do that. All right, people, keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. Once again, we have just 3 people watching on YouTube, the rest on X. I appreciate you all. All right, what do we have here? We've addressed this one. Yep, as Oluwaseun is saying here, he's getting back to his best. You love to see it. Yep. Top of the chat. Yep. Soon, his chat gap will be wide. Very, I believe that. None of them will come close. He's an excellent player. With a lot of us, if you knew him before he joined Chelsea, you'd know that it was only a matter of time before he becomes. You say he shows what he's capable of doing. But he's young, and he did complain how the behavior of the home fans affected him when he joined. He appreciates the traveling fans so much, which is reflective of that comment in particular. Is reflective of the fact that the behavior of our home fans doesn't help. But that's by the way. We move on from that, and we have Jay is in the house. Jay, I appreciate you finding the time to join. I do hope you're doing well. Thank you so much. J the 2 AM guy. So let's move on to the next item. Nothing news hunting. I'm guessing this one here talks about who is most involved in Chelsea's attacking sequences. That's the Athletic. The first person is Cole Palmer. The red, here are the keys here. The red, shots. Chances created in yellow. That may be orange. I'm not sure. The white one, build up. So for Cole Palmer, tops in terms of shots in total, 3.4 and 2.1. I think this is per 90 minutes. Yep. 2.1 chances created per 90 minutes. Build up play 1.8 per 90 minutes. Noni Madueke is second to him in terms of shots. Noni Madueke is also second. Wow. In chances created, 1.6 and 2.1 build up play. Wow. Enzo Fernandez, 1.8 shots in total, 1.1 chances created, 2.8 build up play. And he gets involved quite a lot, so I'm not shocked at that. Conor Gallagher, who now plays for Atletico Madrid. I think let's just stop there. I think this probably for last season. But that's by the way, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. We don't have too many people watching. We're still experimenting with the timing of the show to make it easier on me because it's just me and me alone in terms of hosting the show. While Matt produces the video and sometimes does live shows for the members only. So let's go news hunting, and then after that, we'll come back to the match review exercise proper. And this is Vince's own opinion because it's not coordinated, but championship manager and cannot manage a big club cancelled. Yeah, I think I'm all for it. No plan B cancelled. Because yeah, he's proven that he doesn't have a particular way of approaching games. He's dynamic in his with his approach. The way we play depends largely on the opposition on the day. So that's key. Slow position football, that's a lie. A two, not flexible. That's also a lie. Debunked. Now, no Premier League experience. That's absolutely a lie. And I did argue that when he hasn't joined it we were still negotiating maybe or discussing the terms of his contract at the time. I told people it just doesn't make sense to argue that he doesn't have a Premier League experience. He's worked under Pep, and I think under Pep he was member of Pep's staff when they won uh, the treble. Yeah, I think he was. So you can't now tell me he was just part of it. He just sits on the bench and never contributes one way or the other, and Pep paid him to be one his assistant. So it just doesn't make sense. So he has Premier League experience, only one tactics, all uh, nonsense. He's an excellent manager, and to add, he's more importantly for me. I think he's an excellent manager, and he doesn't take prisoners. He doesn't beat around the bush. When you ask him questions, he almost always gives a measured response. But that's why when we move on from that, let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. Does it mean Chilwell is back? Neto and Felix plus Chilwell, Netflix and chill. I like that. I honestly do like that. No kidding. Houston, I think we've talked about this before. Joel, he's one of the top earners at the club, and since we weren't able to move him on either on loan or maybe on a permanent, and he's here, why waste him? I mean, we can use him, and we can utilize them when we need them. You never know. And if you Heston, let's remember on the Mauricio Pochettino, we were averaging 8 players out at the same time per game. And had it not been for the squad of our size at the time, chances are we'd be playing in the championship right now. Remember, he wanted just a 25-man squad, had to work with how many players we had at the time. I think I'm not sure if it's 25. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he wanted a certain number. But we had a lot more players than he wanted at the time, but we couldn't move them on, and he had to work with them. And had it not been the size of our squad, I'm going to say it once again, chances are we'd be playing in the championship right now. Yeah. So keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 6 likes. We should be doing a lot better than that. We have 27 people following the show, only 7 on YouTube. The rest on X. If you're following the show on X, just know that we appreciate you. And that's because you watching alone does go a long way. But we want to ask you for one favor, one tiny video favor, which is to take a second and drop a like on the stream for us, and also do subscribe, do follow our X account, and help us get to 5,000 followers as soon as possible. All right, let's go. What else do we have here? Let's keep searching for news. This is Pat Nevin talking about Nicholas Jackson. Considering Chelsea's midfield creativity with his speed and just average finishing, Jackson could top 20 league goals this season. The accepted bar for a top striker on form. Okay, he used to work for Chelsea Football Club even. But that's by the way. Let's see if you have any questions. Drop in the chat. I'll try the best I can to address your question. And if I cannot, I'll pretend I don't see it. I'm kidding. I'll answer it the best way I can. What about Chalobah? Are we hoping to sell him come January? Definitely. I think Chalobah, you can argue, is as good as gone. Even though we had about two of our defenders out injured at the time, we still let him go out on loan. So the plan has always been um, to get him off our books, for lack of a more specific language. But I hope that makes sense to you. And remember, Anselmino, I think he will join us for the 25-26 season. Yep, is that correct? Yeah. Yeah, Anselmino joins us. He will join us for 25-26 season. And he's an excellent defender, good on the ball, can also be aggressive at the same time. So I don't think we'll be signing any new defenders, in my opinion. How many defenders do we have right now? We have Wesley Fofana, we have Axel Desasi, Benwell Badashile, Levi Colwell, Tosin Adarabioyo. We have five. And if Anselmino comes in, it'd be six. Yeah. So, and Bashir Humphrey, did we sell him or did he leave on loan? I can't quite remember. If we didn't sell him, if he's only gone out on loan, then he's still come back as one of our defenders. So I think we have enough numbers there. And I've always told people since the start of season, I've been telling people that we don't need to sign any defenders. The manager just needs to find the right combination of pairing maybe. And I've always called for the inclusion of Tosin Adarabioyo in our Premier League squad because he's the most experienced of the defenders we have right now. Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't he older than than um than Axel Disasi? Plus, he's played in the Premier League for multiple seasons. Yeah, so I think, and also he's an intelligent player, quick given his height. He's deceptively. Tosin Adarabioyo is deceptively. I can't pronounce that word. That word. He's deceptively quick, very, very quick, reads the game very well, excellent passing range, and in most cases, he keeps his passes on the carpet, which is good to see. At least it's for me, I prefer passes on the carpet in most cases. But that's by the way. So Tosin, I don't think we need to sign any defenders. And look at Levi Cowell showing, that's a lot of good in him. He's become stronger. I think he was on the either on the maybe one what was on occasions on the Mauricio Pochettino. He was muscled off the ball easily, but I don't think that again of late he's shown that again. That hasn't happened of late. He's learned how to protect, shield the ball very well, and maybe he's trained more. I don't know why, but again, I like the improvement I'm seeing from him. He's a bit more aggressive. He's vocal, and I believe someday probably he will become the captain. And I can't even. I don't even like it that Moses Caicedo, you can say, was made the captain when we had a player like him. I think he's more vocal than Caicedo, in my opinion. But that's by the way, the manager knows what he's doing. I don't train with them. He knows the reason why he's decided to choose to make Moses Caicedo the captain, even when Levi Cowell is on the pitch. So they know why that's the case, and I don't know. Alan Shearer on Jadon Sancho. A lot of good comments there from the pundits, at least sensible pundits. He had to get out of Manchester United, so him doing that was a positive straight away because clearly there was a breakdown in communication or relationship between him and the football club or him and the manager. I think the latter. Yeah, him and the manager definitely. People did complain that he has an attitude issue, and again, I've told them that's not the case. If anything, the pattern shows Eric Ten Hag himself is the problem because he fell out with Cristiano Ronaldo. He did fall out with Anthony Martial. I think then him. I think someone else. Who am I missing? But that's by the way. We'll move on from that. I'm not here to judge them. But keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Let's see what else we have here. We have Wycliffe Barrow. She's saying something else there. I don't even think we need to add players. There are other areas where we need. I'd say maybe number 9. If the manager really wants a traditional, wants a number 9, or maybe let me not say traditional, maybe a player that can be both. They can operate as a traditional number 9 and also play in a fluid approach where he's expected to drop deep, participate in the play, create chances for his teammates if need be, play on either flanks. That maybe we're looking for such number 9. I don't know what we're really looking for, but we'll find out in due time. And there are reports out there suggesting that was scouting Victor Boniface, and I'd take him at any time, any day over Victor Osimhen. Why? He's a more complete player than Victor Osimhen is. So I don't know whether to believe the rumors that were interested in signing him. But when the time comes, we will find out. So keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Once again, 34 people watching, but only 11 of those on YouTube. The rest on X. I appreciate you all. Let's see if we can get it to 100 likes by the time the show ends. So if you're in the chat, let's talk about this man here. I'm not sure what's wrong with him. Rory Jennings. Yeah. Reaction to this is hilarious and clearly demonstrates how fickle some fans can be. Back-to-back wins under Enzo Maresca, and everyone has suddenly forgotten how we treated Chalobah, Gallagher, Chilwell, Starling, etc. this summer. Here's the thing. If he had said this and stopped at it's just 2-3 wins in a row, that there's still a long way to go. A lot of people have said something to that effect too. Then it's not a problem. But why go to the extent of bringing, speaking about how Chalobah was treated at Gallagher, Chilwell, Stalin? That's absolute nonsense. And I used to respect this guy a lot, but since becoming a content creator, I've come to know I started paying attention to what he says in his videos, and in most cases, I just can't believe that you can say he's quite opposite of the sort of person I thought he was, unfortunately. And I think his brand, you can say negativity defines his brand, maybe. Just like the other guy I don't want to mention here, negativity defines his brand. And that's an issue because you're not going to make good progress. There's a limit to where you can say be negative and it be and it will help the growth of your whatever you're doing. But that's by the way, I don't want to dwell on that. I really do want to move on from that as quickly as possible. But if you're interested, if you have anything to say about Raleigh, Janice, you go ahead. I'm listening. I don't even think we need to add players. Yeah, I think maybe a number 9. It depends on the profile of the number 9 that the manager is looking for. But I'd say off the bat that a traditional number 9 will not work under Enzo Maresca, and that's my opinion anyway. I think we need to strengthen the defense. My dream signing would be Inter Milan's Bastoni, and hopefully we complete Dorgu's move. I rate him really highly. Dorgu wouldn't be a bad signing for the left back. Is it left back? I think left back, and he plays for. Is it Lecce? I think so. It won't be a bad signing, and I think it's of that age, within the age bracket that we know our club that we like to sign. But let's see what happens. The defensive line may be. No, I don't think we need to make any defensive signings, but that's just my opinion anyway. So let's see if there's anything else to address here. Kukurea, okay, I don't want to look at that. It's anything important here. Still on Raleigh Jennings. He's been. I'm not gonna try it. I really do not want to talk about him that much to give him maybe the attention he seeks if that's in fact the case. Nothing new here, nothing else to address. I think we should just move on to the game that we wanted to review. For me, it was a brilliant performance, a very professional, more importantly. Last season, we did struggle quite a lot against the so-called inferior oppositions. We struggled to play against them. Some of them we were lucky to have won, actually. But this season, let me just be more specific here, because you can argue we nearly bottled it against Servette in the Conference League. But what we saw against Barrow was refreshing, in my opinion. We didn't take them for granted. We respected them. It just was as if we understand that football is played on the it's played on the 90 minutes plus added time. Uh, we didn't go into the game with the mindset of, oh, it's a lower division team. The win is ours already. We played as if we were in the final, and we could have scored even more. And I liked that. We pressed them as if they were Manchester United. That made me happy, really. And that's a good sign that probably we're walking on eradicating, maybe for lack of a more specific or relatable language, the so-called, what's it again? How did I lose it? Charity FC. Because, yeah, before now, I'd say, yeah, it was Charity FC was well and truly in existence. Maybe not. Maybe so, there's still a bit of it left. We'll see. We still have a lot of game to play this season, so we'll find out if, in fact, we've overcome the Charity FC phenomenon. But that's, by the way, keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. Coach, Liverpool losing to West Ham United. I think it's important. There's a lesson to learn that you just cannot script football. The game is played on the 90 minutes plus added time. You can't just say because the other team has more quality players that they're definitely beating a certain team. Yeah, the game is played over 90 minutes, so to speak, plus added time. You can't script the game irrespective of who you're playing against. And I must say, I commend Enzo Maresca for the sort of mentality he is instilling in our players. I think that will make a whole lot of difference. But there's still a long way to go. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. So let's look at the statistics from the game. For me, it was a brilliant performance from us. Yeah, we didn't take our foot off the pedal, off the gas. Maybe we played very well over 90 minutes, and yeah, a deserved win for us. And it was, again, playing against lower division teams was never going to be easy. I was concerned, and I have to be honest. And during the pregame show, I told Bobby, and who was in, I think it was Tabejo on the panel, that here's the reason I'm concerned, because at the time I thought we'd make just about 9 changes or so. The manager made 11 changes. And when I saw that, I did argue that would see disjointed displays here and there, some of which could lead to us conceding. And I didn't expect us to win that game without conceding. I didn't expect us to keep a clean sheet, and we played so well. You can say I don't. Maybe I need to rewatch it again. We weren't at any time on the series a threat. We defended very well, press as a unit. Yeah, and one of the goals we got, yeah, Nkunku pressed the goalkeeper and forced him into making an error. Got the ball from him, and yeah, put it away, and did put it away nicely. So my concerns didn't materialize. I didn't see anything close to what I was concerned about. They played as if they played together for a while, but they didn't play as if that was our B team. It was an excellent performance overall. 5-0, Christopher Nkunku scored 3 goals, one in the 8th minute, 15th minute, and 75th minute. The fireman, I'd give that goal to, honestly, to Joao Felix. I don't know, whatever that means. I hated that. I hated when I saw that it was counted as an own goal because he hit the woodwork and then bounced off the goalkeeper and went into the net. NATO 48 minutes. We could have scored a lot more, but I take the 5-0. We're scoring goals. Were more efficient than we were last season in front of goal. Last season, no, we weren't anything close to that. So 71% ball possession for us and 29 for them. Expected goals, 2.97 for Chelsea and 0.22 for them. Total shots, 20 shots in total for Chelsea and 5 for them. Big chances, 8 for us and none for them. Anything else to look at here? I want to look at the performance, individual performances. I think Casadei, for me, I think he was good. I know a lot of people don't. You can say didn't think he did well. A lot of people didn't even. They were just saying he did okay. I think he was excellent on the day, and maybe as you can see from the rating, he did very well. He hasn't played. When was the last time he played for Chelsea? Actually, but we'll look at his numbers to see how well he really did. I think he did better than Driscoll Hall, as you can say. The rating is reflective of that fact. But he was the reason why we didn't miss Enzo Fernandez. We didn't miss Moses Casada. He did really really well. And Don, I get it. It's easy to say, yeah, it was just against a lower division team. No, that's actually the most difficult game. How well did we do against the so-called lower division team under Mauricio Pochettino and Graham Potter too? I'm sorry that I'm mentioning their names. So give me a second. I'll take a sip of my coffee. Then I'll get back to looking at the numbers for Cesare Casadei. Unfortunately, uh, I think it eventually Chelsea will eventually sell him. If they, I'd be shocked if he doesn't leave the club, and that's because we're stocked in that department. We still have Leslie Ugochukwu, but the question now is, did we really push to sell him during the transfer window? I don't know. We didn't hear much with regards to his potential departure at the time, so I'm not too sure whether we wanted to celebrate it. But we're stuck in that department. Let's count. We have him. We have Leslie Gichuku. We have Moises Casado. We do have Enzo Fernandez. We do have Andres Santos. Am I missing anyone? Romeo Lavia. That's six in total. So, and I'd rather, irrespective of the fact that I like him as a player, I'd rather would let him go to continue his development than maybe for selfish reasons decide to keep him because we know he's good and be reluctant to let him go. If you really do love something, you set them free. But let's see what happens. And Wycliffe Barrow is saying, let's see, maybe Maresca will start NATO on the right in place of Madueke against Brighton. Madueke hasn't been that good since the West Ham game. The question now is he the sort of manager that when you underperform, he drops you to the bench? It doesn't look like it. After all, the game before that West Ham game, Nanu Madueke was awful, and yet he got the opportunity. Was it the game before? Yeah, I think so. And yet he got the opportunity to start in the following game. And I think did he play 90 minutes? I can't quite remember, but he stayed on. But he started again. And Nicholas Jackson didn't take the chances that came his way. Was it against Bournemouth? And I was one of those that thought, yeah, it's about time the manager dropped him to the bench. And we thought he was going to do that, given his comment during the post-game presser when he talked about that we created a lot of chances but lacked quality in the box. So that was when I thought, okay, maybe that's it. Definitely Nicholas Jackson would taste the bench, and boom, he started. So I think there are two things there. I'm not going to be say for certain that okay, you know what, I figured out a pattern there and be able to tell when he's going to drop a player or not, because Nicholas Jackson starting against West Ham United was justified, not just because he scored goals, but because the spaces were there for him to exploit. Yeah, so it makes sense for him to start over in Nkunku because he's quicker. Nkunku is a much better finisher, but Nicholas Jackson is quicker. So I wouldn't say, yeah, I figured out the pattern, the manager's pattern of selection that I can accurately predict his next lineup. No. Chances are the players he selects for a particular game depends on the opposition or maybe their performance, we don't know. So I give him time, but we'll still keep having fun if that makes sense. More likes, people, and my bro to be good. It's so nice to see. It looks like it's gonna be a very very slow day today, but no problem. I keep dropping the likes on the same people. The likes do go a long way. 11 likes. We have 35 people following the show, but only 11 of those on YouTube. The rest on X. Sincerely do appreciate you all. For Cesare Casadei, he played for 90 minutes. The rating there 7.0. Accurate passes 55 out of 61, 90% accurate passes. And his thing, Uh, I don't. Most of his. This is not a case of most of his passes being uh, safe passes, like going backwards or sideways. I think he did really good. He did very well, in my opinion. Let's see what else we have here. Attack, a shot. Okay, then attempt to end it for shots. Touches 77 in total. Successful dribbles 1 out of 4. That poor. Passes into the final third, 4 in total. He was dispossessed twice. Tackles 1 out of 1. Interceptions 3. Defensive actions 6 in total. Recoveries 2. Dribbled pass 1. Dues won 7, dues lost 9. Okay, Grand dues won 2 out of 10. You could argue he's still rusty, but honestly, given his age, he didn't look out of place. He did well enough, in my opinion. Aerial dues won 5 out of 6. I'd be shocked if he doesn't do well in that department. He's a big kid. Was fouled 0 times, fouls committed to 2. So there's a talent there, but as I've said before, we're packed in that department, and I'd be shocked if the club doesn't move him on, unfortunately. I was thinking, I was one of those that thought maybe because he played under Enzo Maresca at Leicester City, I probably understand how the manager likes to approach the game, and the manager would want to keep him, give him a chance because he did well at Leicester City. Why I don't quite remember why we called him back at the time. Oh yeah. We had issues in the midfield area. We had about 3 players injured at the same time, so we had to call him back. But that's by the way. We move on from that. Let's talk about Renato Viega. I like him, but I really would like to see him in the midfield. He was inverting yesterday. Correct me if I'm wrong. He was. Yeah, he was inverting, and I think he did fulfill that role very well. I'd like to see this guy, kid, play consistently in the midfield area. He reads the game very well and can help protect our defensive line. He has again that aggression that you need to succeed in the Premier League, and he's a big kid too. He's good aerially. We will look at his numbers in a bit. Gusto was inverted too. I agree. Yeah, Gusto was inverted. Gusto inverted a lot more than what's his name, Renato Viega. Yeah, I agree. Or maybe was it when? What? Let me check. I think what happened. I think maybe Renato Vega. I think Viega started inverting more when Gusto was taken off. But let's look at Viega's numbers. Let's see what else we have here from Wycliffe Barrow. One bad game, you can be given another chance, but 2 or more, I think he might make a change. That makes sense. That makes sense. So I do agree with that argument there. Malo Gusto was inverting, yep, but when he was taking off, Renato Viega, I think, started inverting a lot more. Even though I haven't watched the game, rewatched the game, I think that was the case, in my opinion. Not opinion, really. I believe that was what happened. All right, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. So um, let's look at just give me 1 second here. All right, so let's keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Let's look at his numbers. Rated 7.3, and he's just 21. You know that already. He played left back. The application a bit different, especially when Malo Gusto was subbed off. Accurate passes 85 out of 90, out of 95, 89%. Pass accuracy, chances created 1 from that deeper area. Touches 109, passes into the final third 8, especially when you started as a left back, so that's not easy. Accurate long balls 3 out of 6, 50%. That's fine in my opinion. Clearances 2, header clearances 1, interceptions 1, defensive actions 8, recoveries 2 in total. Dues 1, 3 dues lost 6, grand dues 1. Wow, 1 out of 5. That's really poor. Eridu's 2 out of 4, 50%. That's fine. He's a huge kid. He should be winning those. Dr. MK7, nice to see you. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show this particular afternoon. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. So not the bad. He did very well, and I want to see this kid play a lot more. But I understand rotation will be key to ensuring that we don't overload any of our players and start experiencing the sort of situation we did experience last season, where we were averaging 8 players out at the same time per game, you could say. For this man here, Drewsbury Hall, I want to look at his numbers. Um, he wasn't. Listen, it wasn't again. He's not there yet, but I think he's getting there. I think he will take him playing consistently uh, to get to that level that I know he can be. I think he will be. He will end up. I'm not gonna keep saying it. The way I kept preaching that Cucurella, Chelsea shouldn't sell him. Look at the sort of player, how good of a player he is. I'm saying the same thing about Driscoll Hall. He's an excellent player, and I'm going to tell you this. I think he will end up becoming one of Chelsea's most important signing of the window. He will get there, but he just comes across as if he's still a bit overwhelmed by maybe the size of the club or by the fact that at Chelsea there are a lot of important players, for lack of a specific language. There are lots of big players. There are a lot of good players to compete with. It's not just like Leicester City, where certain games is definitely start. He was the manager, so you could say, most important player, one of the manager's most important players at Leicester City. But here, there are too many. There are a lot of good players that he need to prove to the manager that, he's better than them to get a chance to play. So I think the more he plays, he will get there. Yesterday he did a lot better than he's done since he joined us, but not there yet. He played for 90 minutes, was rated 6.5, one of the least rated player actually, to be honest. Total shots 4, accurate passes 36 out of 40, 90%, most of which you can argue are safe passes. Expected goals 0.24, expected goals on target 0.19. I think he took a shot that he hit excellently, but it was deflected off a Barrow defender and went behind the goal post. Let's see, what else do we have here? Okay, shot accuracy 1 out of 3, 33%. That's poor. Big chances missed 1, blocked shot 1, touches 48 in total. Touches in opposition box 3. Didn't attempt any dribbles. Accurate crosses, didn't attempt any corners 1. Dispossessed 1 time, non-penalty XG 0.24. Defensive actions 1, recoveries 3, duels lost 6, ground duels 1-0 out of 3. Wow, that's concerning. But again, he wasn't as bad as usual, but he will get there the more he plays. Aerial duels 1-0 out of 3 attempts. That's really, really poor. Fouls committed 1 in total. That's concerning, really. But that's by the way, we have Bobby in the house here. Bobby, I appreciate you finding the time to join the show this particular afternoon. For me, it's 12:44 Las Vegas time. Bobby, I'm going to take you back a bit, and people be patient with me. We'll still come back to the match again, but we need to talk about Rory. Rory, is that how you pronounce his name? Jennings. Yeah, it looks like he would, if it doesn't slate the club or slander the owners, he's not going to earn enough to feed himself. Nice to see you, Ty. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show this particular afternoon. I do hope you're doing well. I nearly said morning again. I was massively wrong about the match. We won easily. I thought we were gonna. I believed we were gonna win. I didn't know it was going to be that easy. I thought we were going to see a lot of disjointed displays, but we played as a unit. We pressed as a unit. I was the level of performance. Actually, don't take anything away from Chelsea. We played so well that Barrow, they had no answer to the way we played. So kudos to the manager, given the job he's done, because you don't make 10 changes and still play as good. And when we're just about 5 games into the season, that hardly ever happens. But that's, by the way, Bobby, big up to you. I appreciate you finding the time to join us. Let's hear your thoughts on, before we go back to the game, Bobby, on Rory Jennings. he, I don't know the sort of person he is. He's been out there saying some nonsense when invited onto some panels to talk Chelsea. Um, he can't say a word without slandering the owners. Bobby, let's hear you. Or bringing up how badly the club has how badly the club treated what's his name, Conor Gallagher. He mentioned Chilwell. He mentioned um, Chalobah. But Bobby, let's hear your thoughts on Raleigh. I can't say Rory Jennings. I can't say his name. Sorry, but Bobby,
Yeah,
let's hear
big
you.
up. You know I joined in time to check you about KDH, but I'll get to that in a minute. Look, coach.
I don't
Look,
want
let
you
me
to
tell you.
start with that one, but go ahead,
Let
Bobby.
me
Go ahead.
let me be brutally honest.
Mhm.
This name, Rory Jennings, I don't watch these people. I really don't care, and I don't know why anybody else cares. The first time I ever heard of this name, Rory Jennings, and the only reason I even know how to pronounce the name was back in the day when I used to listen to Johnny Minerals. He was
Mhm.
always talking about this Rory Jennings, this, that, and the other. And I was like,
He,
okay,
he didn't
he
like him.
must be he must be a
Johnny didn't
really
like him.
bad guy because I was an ardent follower of Johnny then. You know, I thought, oh, he's this guy must be a really bad guy. I just don't, I never follow him. I don't even know what he says on his platform because I don't go there. I don't care for these sort of people. I
Mhm.
really don't. I don't know how they have a following. The following, the fact that they have such a large following says it all in terms of the kind of fan base we have. This guy, to me, he's a nothing burger. He's just a nothing person. And you know, I couldn't care less all the negative things that come out of these negative platforms. To me, they're not Chelsea fans. Yeah, he might tell you, oh, he's a season ticket, whatever, whatever, whatever. To me, they are not Chelsea fans. They're Chelsea trolls and Chelsea detractors. And I couldn't, I don't know what he said because I
Let
don't
me
go to his
find it. I'll
platform.
show it to you. Go ahead.
I don't even really care, but show me, you know, he means nothing to me. Absolutely
He
nothing.
said quite a lot, but I'm just going to open the one that Vic is showing.
I can
I think,
imagine.
wow. Yeah, but go ahead with what you were saying. Not Vic, Vince,
I
but
can
go ahead
imagine.
with what you were saying. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you know, open what Vince said. But look, I've only heard that name because, as I said, in the days when I used to go on and listen to Johnny Minerals, I only heard it there, and now I'm hearing it here. I would not even know, care, or give a cahoots anything coming from such people. Even Vince, sometimes he retweets garbage. You know, you know, a lot of the time he does good stuff, but a lot of the time he's just looking for clicks and comes up with this stuff. And this is probably one of those times. What is the guy saying? Oh, the owners are bad. Oh, why did they get rid of Gallagher? Why did that bullshit, 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 more bullshit? Sorry to say these
No,
terms,
no, go
but
ahead.
you know, I don't see the value of such people in the Chelsea fan base. I really don't. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. You know, him, I hear of, there's another one that on X, sometimes he keeps coming, he's quiet recently, but he keeps coming. Nothing positive comes out of this particular person. You know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's another one. You know, well, I'm just like, what are these people? Why are you claiming to be a Chelsea? Why do you attach Chelsea to your name? You don't like the club. You don't like anything about the club. Go away. Go away. We don't need you. We don't want you. I'd rather the fan base be 10 people than have 100 people like you. So, you know, that's all I have to say about that, really.
Here,
Well,
let me just tell you what he said. We're gonna move on from him. We don't need to waste our time talking about him. He said something to the effect of, "I couldn't find it. I don't want to be scrolling through Vincent's timeline there." He said something to the effect of, "Because people are happy that we've won three away games in a row. We won three away games in a row plus the home game we won against Barrow 4." So he said something to the effect of people are so fickle. It's just 4 games or something like that. Just because of 3 games or something to that effect, that we've forgotten how the club treated Raheem Sterling, treated Trevor Chalobah, treated Conor Gallagher. I think I'm missing one name. I just can. Why is he like that? And some people also on X are questioning why is it that everybody, some of those big, you can say outlets or maybe media outlets, they want somebody to come represent Chelsea, they'll go to him. Does he have that's I can't forget I've forgotten the language the person used, and he's always the person there representing Chelsea, and you can say spewing the nonsense that comes to his head.
Coach, he
Yeah.
doesn't represent Chelsea. If he's upset that we're happy with the 3 games we won, leave us to be happy with our 3 games. Go away. Go to Arsenal. Go away. We'll celebrate our 3 games. What the hell? Who gives a shit about you? Get out of here. Who's he representing? Who? Who is he? Doesn't represent me. Doesn't represent Chelsea Football Club.
Yep,
He
nobody gave
represents
him that
himself.
that job or title or whatever.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I mean, he represents himself. And who are these people following this person? Who? Who are they? That's another thing I ask. Why are you there? Why are you there? What value does that bring to you as a fan of this football club? What value? Nothing, just negative nonsense. Look, the only thing I will say, which kind of leads me into my next segment, the only thing I would say that I really and truly don't agree with Enzo Maresca about is Kieran Dewsbury Hall and Carney
We'll get to the
Chukwuemeka.
match. That's why we're here, Bobby. We'll get to the
You
match in
know,
a bit. I
I've
just
got
wanted to
no, no,
take you
no. You
back a
say
bit.
this, then we get you take me back, and you take away the fire. No, I've got. Carney Chukwuemeka came on that pitch and in 10 minutes created more chances than any other player on that pitch,
He
and
could have
he's
scored,
match.
actually. You know, he could have scored
He's
because I
good.
think
He's
he
match
was
rusty.
angry. The way he
Oh,
took
he
action, you
wasn't.
could tell he wasn't happy that he didn't start.
No, he's match rusty. He's match rusty, getting over perhaps injuries, and I don't agree with what Maresca's doing where he's concerned. I don't buy this. KDH has to play more. For what? Play for what reason? Why should he be benching Carney? It makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. In what planet does anybody with any ambition as a football club get rid of a guy like Carney Chukwuemeka? He is one of our better midfielders. He really is. He is, if at worst, he has to be part of the rotation. At worst. I don't get it at all. I
Yeah, I
don't
don't
like
know. We don't
ADH.
know what's going on behind the scenes. We don't know. Maybe
No, there's nothing. There's
there's a
nothing
lot
going
more to
on
it
there.
than we know. In all honesty, Bobby. And
No.
let me be honest with you. I'd take him. I'd take what's his name? I'd take Kanye Chukwuemeka over Driscoll Hall anytime, any day. But
I
one
don't
thing,
buy it.
they're not exactly the same. Driscoll Hall offers, well, you can say, he has can be more. He's more
Coach,
energetic,
Coach,
but
they don't have to be the same.
yeah, they
Dewsbury
don't have
Hall
to. They're
has
not.
shown
But
us
I
no
get your point,
energy.
really. But go ahead.
Energetic doing what on the field? What energy? He doesn't tackle. He doesn't win the ball. So what energy? What's he doing there? Nothing. They don't have to be carbon copied to a T, a footprint, but they play the same sort of role in midfield. And Carney Chukwuemeka is head and shoulders above him. I don't believe there's anything going on behind the scenes. The only thing going on behind the scenes is that Enzo Maresca, rightly so, has come in his own way, decided what team he wants and what team he doesn't want. But he's made a mistake where Carney's concerned because Carney has to be in the team he wants. It's as simple as that. And Carney, I don't think Carney's even sulking or pulling a strop or anything. He's waiting his time. He knows he has to get fit. He hasn't really, in preseason, he did show that he was out of breath a lot. He's not fit. He's not fit. That goal he skied that normally he would have tucked into the far corner was reminiscent of that the fact that he's match rusty. But even then, he came on the field and changed the complexion of the game. This is what he does. you know, for me, I challenge any situation to come and get me to say that what I've said about this is wrong. That is the one area I do not, and put it on record, I do not agree with Maresca. I think he's got it wrong and he needs to change his thoughts about Carney Chukwumeka. Apart from that,
He said that he likes the player. He said he loves him. I think there's
good.
something we do not know. Maybe in due time we will find out. Maybe Carney is good enough to be starting week in week out for Chelsea Football Club. Maybe that's the issue.
Coach,
We,
you
we
know,
don't know.
Coach, the
Yeah.
reason why people like this Rory Jennings that everybody's talking about or ever have a platform at all is because of things like this. We always have to think there's some kind of cloak and dagger thing going on. There's nothing going on. Nothing. The man made a mistake. He doesn't know the player and he's made an assumption which he has to retrace his steps. That's all. It's not complicated. We always look for the complication. Oh, this happened, that happened. Oh, in the boardroom they're killing each other and Egbali has Bowley by the throat behind closed doors. Why do we always have to over a situation? It is plain and simple. Carney Chukwumeka should be in the team. Enzo Maresca has made a mistake. He's looking at this kid thinking, okay, there's something here. I should have been playing him into match fitness. And now he's stuck with a situation where how do I get this guy up to match fitness? And we've gone already 5 games into the season. That's what it is. Nothing more, nothing less. Sorry, coach. You know, you're a top geezer, but that's how I'm quite passionate
That's where
about
our
this.
war starts, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, goodness me. Did you see KDH yesterday? What was he doing? What was he doing? Look, I mean, Renato Vega was the person.
I'm
Sorry,
sorry, Bobby, you're killing.
I know. Renato Vega was the person stringing the passes from midfield. He was stringing the passes from midfield. Gusto, okay, Gusto was still getting himself a little bit back into form, so he was inverting, doing a bit of the destroyer sort of situation. But the orchestrator was Renato Vega. So what worth was KDH? Cesare Casadei was playing a much better, more commanding role than KDH.
I
What
think
was he?
he ran the midfield for us. He wasn't
So
perfect. Yeah,
exactly.
he ran the midfield.
So I asked myself, what is this geezer doing here? What is he doing? Carney Chukwumeka comes on, takes over completely, stringing passes left, right, creating chances, making runs, dummy runs, all this. What is KDH? It's, play him a million times and he
But
won't
Bobby,
change.
can I ask you this? In all honesty, when you say it's too early to judge him,
I've
I
judged him.
get it. You make good point in terms of why he should asking the questions on with regards to why he starts over Carney Chukwuemeka. Who I'm going to say this again. I'll take Carney over him anytime, any day. But their profile is different. And when Carney came on, I think the manager changed things around. He played in a more advanced role than Driscoll Hall, who was deployed in a deeper role.
Yeah, deeper
So
role. Did he even play that? So Cassidy took it over. Cassidy was our deep lying midfielder of any sense. Coach, let me tell you when I really got put off this guy. When I was so disgusted, I was furious when I saw him in the flesh against Inter Milan. He was absolutely rubbish. He could barely even trap a ball. From that point on, I said, "You see this guy? This guy is not a Chelsea player." And it really takes a lot for me to fully turn on a player wearing our shirt. But I was almost incandescent at his performance. From there on in, I've listened to you, listened to so many people. Oh, he's gonna come good. He's gonna come good. I'm waiting. Every time I see him on the field, he disappoints me.
is it too late?
He's gone in my mind. What can
Okay.
he do? He has to really turn it around. There's always room to turn it around. Of course there is. But for now, I wouldn't even play him.
All right, let me catch up with what we have in the chat. I'll bring you back so we'll talk about the game. In terms of news, there aren't too much out there to talk about. Let's see. Yep, go and check out people. Go check out Tebeho's YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and let him know I sent you. Let's have him get to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible. We are 1 hour. 10 minutes into the show, and we have just 18 likes. So we should be doing a lot better than that. In total, we have 53 people watching, only 15 of those on YouTube. The rest on X. If you're following the show on X, we appreciate you. Please do take a second, drop a like on the video, share the video, and follow our X account. Help us reach 5,000 followers as soon as possible. So let's see. Let's get the likes up, people. Please kindly go check out Tabo's YouTube channel. He shared the link there. Let's help him get there. Bobby is right. Rory Jennings wouldn't continue if people didn't give him give him the light of the day. Yeah, he built again. I think you could say his brand. That's a negativity is what drives his brand, in my opinion. So he wants us to remain on Stalin or Chalaba issues. Yeah, possibly. Rain, nice to see you, Rain. I appreciate you finding the time to join. I think you've learned, but you're now a moderator, so you can do that. Yeah, but don't do it though. What's this Connie hype? Connie is a good player, but again, he has every right to dislike, to not like, you can say, to prefer Carney over Driscoll Hall. I think we need them both. They're players of different, you can say, different profiles, both, and I think KDH will come good. I will take Casadei over KTH, especially for the long term. But Casadei, unfortunately, I like him. There's a talent there, and AC Milan and other Italian clubs. Was it last two transfer windows? For lack of a more specific language, there. Sorry, were interested in signing him with an obligation for a permanent purchase. We refused. I think there's a good player in there, but it'd be difficult to see a path for him. Yeah, we have what's his name? We have we've talked about this. We have Leslie Guchiku, Andres Sanchez, Romeo Lavia, Moises Casedo, Enzo Fernandez. There's no space there.
Coach, at
Yeah.
this current point in time, you
Mhm.
see all those names you mentioned? It's Casadei that's in the first team squad. So let's get that right.
But
Talking about
how
all
about
these
if the
people.
argument is Bobby? He's still here because the plan was to move him on, but we don't know. I'm just speculating here.
No, they're,
The
they're,
plan was
they're
to
not.
move him on, but it didn't happen. Just like the case of just like as is the case of what's his name, Ben Chilwell. And I thought at the time there were some rumors there that we wanted to move him on, but too many clubs were interested or something. But go ahead with what you were saying.
No, Casadei's not going anywhere. Look at his performance. Look at his performance. You see, you have to
But
pick your players.
as you would say, Bobby, that's just a game. That was just a single game.
It's a single game, but he's been in the squad doing that in training before he even got that opportunity. There's a reason he was selected in the squad. He is in the squad. It's not like Chilwell that was by default included. He is in the squad. He was a selected player for the squad over even Ugochukwu, who I like very much, and Santos, who was sent away on loan. Okay, you could argue, would we could have sent him on loan? He's done his loan. He did his loan with Leicester, and we brought him back from that loan. There's something extra
Because we had
in
issues in the
Casadei.
midfield area at the time.
Exactly. There's something extra in Casadei, and we have to stop denying him his flowers. You know, he is in competition just like anyone else, and at the moment, he's winning the competition.
Hmm.
I'm talking of within the youngsters trying to break
Yeah, I
in
understand.
to
That's
the
serious.
midfield.
And Ugochukwu has been excellent at Southampton. Games he's played for them, he's done really well. The manager did speak highly of him. That yeah, he's taking in whatever. Again, he's been taught with regards to how he wants the game to be approached. He's saying so. Bobby, no, he doesn't hate him just as a player, but you get the argument. You're just trying to get him to fight. Okay, Bobby,
No,
just let
no,
me.
no.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me be clear about
Hmm.
KDH. I don't hate KDH.
I
That's
think
another.
Tobeho knows. He's just well, he knows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's another human being. And he's a Chelsea player. Of course not. What I don't like is that he's showing me he's showing us no ability, and it's taking up space for players that do have ability. We've just mentioned Casadei. Casadei was helping him yesterday in midfield. Can you imagine that? He's the older established player, and he's being propped by a kid. Carney comes in, who's also younger than him, and outperforms him. That's my frustration. I'm just frustrated that a guy that we expected to come and teach us Maresca ball is just a passenger. And it's like Sterling. Sterling, who was meant to be the senior guy that everybody will be looking to, was just a total disappointment. And that's why I'm upset with KDH. There's no hatred there. If he turns the corner, I will be the first to come on this platform and say, do you know what, guys? I
I was going to
completely
ask
got
you
this
that. What
guy
if he
wrong.
turns it around tomorrow? But I
Oh,
know
oh,
you. Yeah.
I'll be delighted.
Mm.
I would be here saying, gosh, wow, that was such a mistake. I want him to do that. I want him to do that. But up until the time he does that, I don't think it's fair that others should be blocked by him getting any kind of game time ahead of them. That's just my point.
Yeah, I totally understand. And my best oh 05, my Iraqi bro is in the house. A big up to the legends. Bobby, he's saying hello to you. I hope you're doing well. We're all happy too. And let's see what else we
Big
have
up, my
here.
guy.
Greetings, Siaka, South Africa, to all the Chelsea Football Club supporters. I enjoyed Nkunku's three goals. We've always known that he's an excellent finisher. You can argue one of the best finishers we have at the club right now. But nice to see you, all of you in the chat. I appreciate you all. I don't know where you are. He's not. We're just having a conversation. Yes. Don't use that language. Not a bad language though, but Bobby isn't bitter. Bobby's just being again being honest, saying it as he sees it. Bobby sounds like this other guy on X called Slim or Felix. Conor Gallagher, SC fan. No, that's not the case. Bobby gave up on Gallagher. Bobby was one of, even though he loved Gallagher, he says, look, if the club wants you to move on, just go. It's as simple as that. But I know you want Bobby wind up, right? Felix's goal was a goal yesterday. Our squad depth is mad. Yep. We have a very good squad. And
I like the point you made about Felix goal. It wouldn't
mhm.
be Felix without hitting the post.
Oh yeah. Oh, oh.
Did you know that he still managed to hit the post upon scoring?
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Unfortunately, that's his thing. He needs to go for an we say alignment. What do you do to tires when they're not aligned properly? An alignment, right?
I don't know, but he must be winning the crossbar challenge every time in training, that's for sure.
Yeah, and that assist was delicious indeed. I liked it. Anything else? We're gonna go, Bobby. Let's hear your thoughts on the game. For me, it was professional. We didn't take them for granted. I know it'd be easy to say, yeah, it was a lower division team, and had we lost, the same argument. So win or lose, the argument would have been the same anyway. If we lose against them, they say, look at you, you lost against a lower division team. We won. They start saying it was only a lower division team, but we played well. And his thing, never easy. It is always difficult to play against a lower division team, especially if you make 11 changes. We were thinking the manager was just going to make 9 changes. He made 11 changes, and they looked as if they've been playing together. They
All
performed
these
as a
guys,
unit. But let's
all,
hear you, Bobby.
all these guys, they're just needling me about KDH now.
Yeah,
It's
they know
just,
what they're doing.
it's talk about his amazing game yesterday.
Bobby, you
Listen,
can get to
yeah,
it. Let's talk about
yeah.
the game proper
No,
anyway.
I know it's all jokes. Listen, um, yesterday was the ultimate training exercise. It really was. And we took it very seriously, which was very pleasing. I think it was the run out that every single one of the players that came out yesterday needed, including Ben Chilwell. Even if he's going to be sold, he needs to stay fit. Carney, look how rusty he was, although I don't think he played long enough. Look, it was a consummate exercise. I mean, Nkunku showed his class. He didn't belong at that table, but he went there just to keep himself fit. Fair enough. even Joao Felix showed that they're levels ahead of that platform.
It wasn't even
Um,
close.
no, not at all. Renato Vega, another one. The Chelsea team were really well performed yesterday. They had another opportunity to integrate, rehearse their moves, rehearse playing with each other, rehearse being called upon at any time and fit into the first team, if you can call it a first team, seamlessly. Because player for player, many of them just showed themselves to be mirrors of what we have already in the first team. So that was what was really pleasing about it. I was even happy for Badiashile because you could see Badiashile has just been unlucky. Colwell is, on form and keeping him out a little bit, but Badiashile has something to offer. Once he gets his bozo moments out, I think Badiashile is a very class player.
Which you could argue is down to is was a confidence issue.
Confidence, stroke, fitness, all that. His passing from the back is really second to none. The goalkeeper Jorgensen is another. I mean, the whole thing was good yesterday. And people may say, oh, the opposition was really bad. Look, sometimes you need that. These players need that in order for them to get their rehearsals, their movement, and everything correct. And that's what they did yesterday. Um, I can't fault anyone. Nkunku's hat trick was, Nkunku just showed what a lethal finisher he is. Could have got four. He laid on one for young, is it Tyreek George? Who
I think he read. Was it? Yeah, that he missed.
he missed it. It
Yeah.
was unlike him. I think he's probably a bit nervous as his first sort of full start at the bridge.
Did he
Josh,
start? I think he was brought on.
yeah, yeah, okay, his first sort of
His debut, maybe his senior.
debut
No, not his senior debut.
seen
Debut. No, he's played before.
at the bridge.
I think he's played at the bridge before. I don't remember. I think he has
Oh,
under Pochettino.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Well, I don't think he was. Well, it was an uncharacteristic miss by him. It really was. Josh Achimpong, I liked him. At one point, he was caught out of position, which you couldn't afford to do in a bigger game. You do that with one of the strikers. Say you do that like against Arsenal or somebody like that, you will be punished. But apart from that one moment where he was caught out of position and he recovered, to give him that credit. He chased down, recovered well, won the ball back, or at least knocked it away for a corner. But I think the youngsters showed themselves in very good light. I was very pleased with what I saw yesterday. I know the acid test is coming on Saturday against Brighton, but this sort of exercise can never do us any harm at all.
Yeah, but that's you're definitely going to that H negative place. I see what you have on the screen there. Let's see. Um, Keep dropping the likes on the stream. Casadei is a first team player. He was on the bench for Crystal Palace and Bournemouth. He's been there, but chances are he's still here because we couldn't move him on. I'm just speculating. I'm not sure. Bobby could be right. Maybe he's here because he's ahead of the other two. But I wouldn't say Casadei is ahead of Santos in my opinion. What
Look,
I've
it's
seen
not
so far. Yeah.
it's not every player you see on the bench that is here because we can't. We need somebody on the bench. We can't. It's not everybody that we're looking to move on. He is one of those that is on the cusp of breakthrough, and he's showing he's ready. And that's all he has to keep doing because there will be a time. I mean, look at Lavia. Lavia is in and out. We don't know whether he's going to be fit today, fit tomorrow. Caicedo can't play every single game. Neither can Enzo. And there will be a time. His time will come. I cannot understand why we get worried about a player like that on the bench. And it's what are we, September? We need to give this time. His time will come. Sometimes some of these boys don't really get on the field till about December. January, February, that sort of time. And gosh, look at if you're at the tail end of competitions by then, They're going to be the glory boys. So I don't think it's by any accident he is where he is.
Okay, I hope so. I like him. But and I'm one of those that if that again, I tell you always, if we don't have a path for him for his development, we should just let him go. They say if you love something, you let them free. That's how I feel. He's an excellent player. Maybe sell him with a with a forced refusal in terms of his or maybe a buyback clause. Because I
So
like him. Yeah.
when Foden was on the bench, Man City loved him. Did it mean they sell him? They've got another guy, that short guy. What's his name?
The
What's
one
his
that's
name?
currently out injured.
Is he injured now? You know,
Yeah,
he spends time on the
the one
bench.
he has the hair like David Luiz. He has, I think so.
Yeah, that's right. Little afro hairstyle. You know, sometimes these kids have a lot of Man City's players never even went out on loan. People like Foden. Yeah, they sold Cole Palmer, and that's because Cole Palmer wanted to go. He didn't see a way past De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva and the likes of that, which is high competition indeed. And he said, "Well, let me go somewhere else." And those are when a player says that at that stage, you may not have a choice. But Casadei hasn't said that. He's fighting to break through. And Casadei is really one of those sort of players that can break through. He's not bad on the ball. He's very good in the air. And he has an eye for goal. He can defend, he can attack, and he can play centrally. I just say watch this space. I don't think he's going anywhere.
I like him. I hope whatever we do, let's not just keep him for the sake of it. Honestly, keep dropping the likes. Keep dropping the likes on the place, people, on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. If you have any questions, drop it in the chat. We'll try to address it. Let's look at. I don't know, Bobby. If you have any other thing you want us to talk about, you go ahead. We've talked about. I don't think there's much to talk about with regards to the game. Kunku was excellent. We've talked about his finishing, his arguably or definitely the best finisher we have at Chelsea right now. And Joao Felix he did very well in the number 10 role. He's a fine creator on his day. Look, that delicious assist from Kunku was something special. Even Mudrik did well and got an assist too. A lot of people I know still questioning why we signed him. That's a good player there. And I'm one of those that will still tell you I feel like we mismanaged the start to life as Chelsea players, especially under Graham Potter, that played him. And next thing we heard that he didn't do well because he had the fever. I'm not sure what to make of that sort of story at the time. Um, all right, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. We have 21 likes in total, and we are about 1 hour, 28 minutes into the show. If you have any questions, drop it in the chat. We have Bobby on the panel. He will try and answer it. I can't read everything you're typing there, my boss, especially if it's a joke. It's
No,
talking.
my bus is on fire tonight. It really
Yeah,
was. Because
yeah.
I'm coached.
Go ahead, Bobby.
You were saying Nkunku. Look, Nkunku is one of the best finishers in world football. World football. Not
He goes
even the
beyond
not
Chelsea.
the Oh my goodness. It goes beyond Chelsea, it goes beyond Europe. He's one of the best in the world. The trouble with Nkunku is his fitness. And the reason why he comes off the bench for Chelsea is his fitness. Maresca is rightly trying to give him longevity in this season. And the only way to do that is to give him bits here and there, get him super fit and get him able to play. You know, I'm all for that. I think Nkunku himself knows why he's been restricted a bit like that. We're trying to keep him fit. But if it comes to finishing, you know, he's lethal. He's absolutely lethal. He's one of those players that
Yep,
almost
and I
everything
hope
he
you're seeing this
touches.
on the screen. Shot accuracy 3 out of 3, 100%.
Yeah.
Whew.
Nearly
Wow.
everything he touches goes to goal. And
Mhm.
he is and will be priceless for us. So I like the idea we're wrapping him up in cotton wool. He, of course, is a professional. He's a consummate player. He knows his talent, and of course, he wants to play. But I also know in the back of his head, from what he was saying about the squad rotation and things, he knows he's being protected. He knows they want to get him fit and keep him fit. But of course, he's going to be impatient when you are sublime talent like that. You can't help yourself but want to be on the field. Against Brighton, don't be so well. Will he start? I don't know. He had nearly 90 minutes, didn't he, against Barrow? So it's likely he'll be on the bench again to come on at some point for Jackson. Um, he has to accept that. We're trying to keep him, we're trying to preserve him. It's a long season. And a player like that you will need later on in competitions. Please God that you progress. He's the person that gets you those trophies, that gets you across the finish line.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're in the chat, if you have any questions, drop it and we will try to address it. Nanda Bobby still be here. It'd be easy to answer your questions. Otherwise, I'm going to pretend I don't see them if I don't have an answer to your question. I've addressed that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. Let's see what else we have here. Siaka, South Africa. Explain to me what type of partnership that Chelsea FC ownership wanted to pursue with Qatar Airways. Front of shirt sponsor. They pay us a certain money, then they have their name printed in the front of our jerseys or uniform, if you like, for a certain period of time. Bobby, I don't know. Can you help me with that question? I've done my best.
Yeah, I mean the whole front of shirt sponsor thing, it's a financial thing, isn't it? It's all about merchandising and it's about the commercial arm of the club.
Mhm.
I watched a stream which gave a very interesting take on this, which I have to support. And the person was saying, actually, to be fair, is Yan from
Okay,
uh,
Yannick.
football
Mhm.
therapy. He was of the opinion that, look, Chelsea aren't in a rush to do this for
Yeah.
some reason, that they really seem very relaxed about it. And he was thinking that maybe they have found that shirt sales are probably better without the sponsorship than with the sponsorship,
Oh,
because
yeah, I
people are
remember
buying
that. Yeah.
shirts.
Hmm.
Yeah, people are buying shirts. I mean, I wanted to get a Chelsea home kit this season. Only I have to say, for me, I thought it was a little bit too expensive. I mean, you're talking about £121. I'm
Hmm.
thinking, I'll wait for this to come down a bit before I can walk into that territory. But people, I liked it, and the reason I liked it was because it was plain. So when I was there, I saw people walking out with these shirts by the dozen. So sales are still going on without these sponsors. However, it's the cash injection on the books that is helpful, because if you can say, okay, they've sponsoring us for such and such, whether you're selling shirts or not, that's always good for the likes of PSR and so on. But they've resolved the whole PSR issue with this hotel sale that was allowed to go through. So they're not in a rush. I don't know what the monetary deal is with Qatar. I think Qatar Airlines.
No, no
I think
details yet. It's just that we're in
no,
talks with them.
no. They'll be talking in the boardrooms in house. I think there are other airlines. There's what's the name of this other airlines they've got lined up? There's a couple of others there. Anyway, all I think Middle Eastern perhaps and so on. So it's something that they are looking for a suitable deal. And also, the sponsors are looking for guarantees. Premier League, I mean, Champions League qualification is definitely something that will tip them over. At the moment, it's not quite there, but the later you advance, even in the Conference League, they will want to be seen in that, because the later you advance, the more attention you're getting to the club. And of course there's always the carrot of the new Club World Cup, which, by the way, the Americans haven't fully properly organized. Uh, but
Hmm.
that is a competition that will have high commercial value. I get it. I was listening to ESPN. a couple of old timers there don't like the competition. They still believe in the monopoly of the European competitions and that sort of thing. But, unfortunately, in this world, there comes a time where you have to think more broadly. It's like Chelsea and this whole stadium thing. If there was an opportunity to move close to that Chelsea area, in my view, you simply have to take it. There are times where you have to embrace these changes that have a completely different feel. Now, the World Club Cup, I have always prophesied this is going to be one of the biggest club competitions and the most highly sought after club competition within the next 5 years. It's going to be big. It will be bigger than the Champions League. And I think this is what some of these pundits are afraid of. They're afraid of that change. So you will find that with that competition will come sponsorships, because you're playing on the world stage. And, all these South Americans, Africans, Asians, this is their chance. They take that competition mega seriously. Look at when we played Palmeiras. You see how crazed their fans were. Remember that game? You watch the
Hmm.
South Americans how they take this competition. They don't play with it. So you go there with a good sponsorship, you're selling to another audience entirely, and that's money, that's revenue. So I think they will get a front of shirt sponsor, but they're looking for the the best deal all round.
They're
And
not desperate.
they're not desperate. Well, they're giving the impression they're not desperate. Maybe it's a smokescreen. I don't know, because that is the right impression to give. But there must be an element of truth in it, because they're not just settling for anything.
All right. If you have any questions and you're in the chat, otherwise we'll call it a day. We usually don't schedule games when there are football matches going on, whether Europa League or Cup games, but we had to because we had to, yeah, do the review the day after. Otherwise, if once it's 2 days, we'll forget about it. Bobby, anything else you want to talk about, bro?
No, as usual, it's always a pleasure to come on. I know, I speak my mind, all these geezers that follow these people that I don't have time for. They'll come for me. I told you, I don't block people. Say what you like. I really don't care. But don't insult me. I will block you
No,
if you
yes,
do
I am
that.
open-minded just like you, but once you start insulting me, that's when I block you. Yeah. If we can have a conversation, say your opinion, I say mine, that's fine. You don't have to I suck up to my opinion. I know you get the point, Bobby. That's how I treat people
Yeah,
too. So yeah, I like that. And
absolutely.
thank you so much, Bobby, for always being available to support the channel. We're moving now to 24,000 subscribers. We're currently at 23,061. Yep, the journey to 24,000 subscribers began a few days ago when we reached that great milestone of 23,000. So thank you. And Wickler Barrow is saying in the future, do a show where you select your 25-man squad when the likes of Santos, Pies, and Esther William, who would you keep and who would you let go on loan? I think keep or sell. Keep or sell. I think we've done that. Keep loan or sell. But thank you, United. Yep, I'm seeing the results too. So
Sorry,
thank you to
Coach. One
all.
one thing I'll say about the time Esteval and Endrick Pius arrive, that's going to be a very interesting moment. Now, remember, they're not tested yet.
Mhm.
So all these people that think they're just going to come and push people out of the team, they might be surprised that one of the two may go out on loan somewhere for a season
Yeah.
or two.
Yeah. Did you see the smile on Enzo Maresca's face when asked about Estevão Willian?
I didn't notice that. I didn't observe the question, but I'm
Ooh.
not surprised. He
Yeah,
must
and
be
his
licking his
response was
lips.
something to the effect of, "We're following him, and that we are following his progress, and we're looking forward to having him around."
Yeah,
You could tell that he was being sincere.
I bet he
Yeah,
is. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so thank you so much once again, Bobby. Thank you to Siaka, South Africa. Thank you to Chimera, Nehe, Namaya, if you prefer. Wyclef Barish, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Mabas05, my Iraqi bro, always love. Ty was here, and also Rain was here. Also, Tobago was also here. I appreciate you all. See you guys next time. God bless us all, and bye.
Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la.